And then later on, my senior year, as time goes by, I don't have the greatest friends because I never really made that a priority in my life. So they weren't bad friends. They just weren't encouraging friends, telling me to go to church. We weren't going around doing the greatest things. So I drifted and strayed, and I found myself one day, senior year, at a party, kind of hanging out. And then I see a friend of mine that I haven't seen in a few years. And I'm like, whoa, hey, Joe, what's going on? How are you doing? And he proceeds to tell me about his life, how God has changed it, how there was just this miraculous encounter, and now everybody that he goes up to, he's sharing the gospel with. And I was so excited for him, and I was amped up, and I'm like, Joe, that is so cool. That is so awesome what God's doing in your life and how God's moving you and how he brought you from this place and he brought you from there and now he's bringing you to this place. So we continue to talk and he's sharing his testimony with me. And then he says something, or actually I tell him, I say, hey, Joe, I'm a Christian too. I grew up in church. I'm a Christ follower. And that's when he says something that I'll never forget. He looks at me, and 3 words changed my life. He said, "You're a Christian?" He was shocked. And I don't blame him for being shocked, because he didn't see anything in me that made me look different from the rest of this world. He didn't see anything in me that made him believe that I may have been a Christ follower. And that hurt, because my identity was wrapped up so much in sports that I totally put God out to the side into the pasture. Out of Proverbs 22:6, another verse I memorized, but it says, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So I thank my parents for teaching me those Bible verses and raising me the right way, but also I take a look at that and I say, I want to be a generational changer as well. I want to make generational change and make a generational difference, and that's why my wife and I have really committed our kids to the Lord. That's why we bring them each and every Sunday to hear God's word. That's why we do daily devotionals when we can. That's why really we help with the youth as well in Soulfire, and we've helped in Exodus before, but that's why we do what we do. And I encourage you guys as well to see that generation coming up and be a generational changer within your family. Do what you can, whether you have grandkids or kids, nephews, nieces, pour into them, because they're not necessarily the next generation. As you've seen today, they are this generation. They're a generation right now of worshipers and students that are praising God and giving him glory.